Tell me where you do that. I'd like to know where people are listening. Alana is a bureau chief in Dover, New Hampshire. Steve listens in Hartford, Connecticut. Sebastian's out in Salt Lake City. Scott is in Renfrew, Pennsylvania. Jake's a new listener in Charlotte. Aaron's down in Vero Beach, Florida. And Lisa Z is new up in Buffalo. So thank you, one and all. Everybody's texting me in the break trying to get Mary hip to Frank's has a bunch of popcorn seasonings.
That's what Bill just said.
That you can look into.
And I have to get that.
There you go. In several flavors is what they say. Because, you know, people like options. People like options.
Oh, that's always how it be. Someone come flying around you in the grocery aisle or on the highway. They get stopped at the cash register. They get stopped at the red light. But what about all the times that they don't? What about all the times that they do get ahead of you? Are you just ignoring those results? That's bad science. Come on now.
Well,
science is a liar sometimes.
Owen and Willoughby, and I give him credit for leaving a message that isn't screaming at Poundcake for not voting. But, yeah, well, listen, it's life. There's winners and there's losers. There have been countless songs written to that effect. But it all evens out, man. All evens out. Now, there are some people who feel like, unless Mary told the story improperly or didn't describe it properly, there are a lot of people who think that you are wrong because you were blocking the aisle. But you said you were in one of those big wide aisles.
It wasn't an aisle. Okay.
No, but like I know what you mean. Like
one way.
Like the perimeter of the store that goes perpendicular to the actual aisle.
So you're blocking the shredded cheese or the hummus that you need to get to?
I wasn't even on. Like, I'm walking alongside the opening of the aisles.
Yeah.
To my right is where the aisles open, and the ails with like bread
She
or
was
juice
just
or whatever
grumpy.
go perpendicular. To my left is probably 10 feet at least. And then along the left side wall is the meats. It loops around the other, like an L shape, the perimeter of the store, and then that turns into the dairy.
Yeah,
there's 10 feet to my left.
And they cram so much in grocery stores that it's almost impossible to not be in the way. Even in those. Even if you're along the perimeter, there's like, you know, you got the end caps at the end of the aisles, but then in the middle, you've got like stacks of chips.
Yes.
And then there's muffins and pastries. And you're like, okay.
But also,
you love a muffin?
Muffins are good.
What kind of muffin?
cranberry orange.
Those are good.
That's my favorite.
I like a blueberry muffin.
Lame.
Cranberry orange.
I said I liked your muffin.
Awesome. Blueberry, lame.
It's like, it's overplayed.
It's a
But
classic.
it's a very popular
muffin. Good muffin.
I'll go for, very few places have cranberry orange.
That should tell you something.
It's underrated. That's what it
Supply
tells
and
me.
demand. Well, it's undersupplied because it's underdemanded. Listen, cranberry orange is great, but you got to go to like a place to get it. You're not going to get
like
those.
a bakery.
Yeah. Because they're like, all right, you psychos get in here and we'll make them for you. I got 6 when we open at 5 a.m.
You know what I don't like?
And they're all still there when we close. What?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip muffins?
Not a chocolate chip muffin. I don't like that mixture. Or chocolate chip pancake, if we're on it.
Oh, good for you.
You know, if we're talking all things chocolate chip, let me go on record as saying, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank
I
you.
think muffins should have a fruit aspect to them.
Well, or in your case, 2.
Yeah.
Cranberry orange.
Mm-hmm.
I like blueberry muffins. Now, they're a little sweet, whereas your cranberry orange is going to be on the bitter side.
Got a tang.
Got a tang to it. And you know my thoughts on tang. I like all different kinds.
You like them sour.
I like I like the drink. I like all different kinds of tang. Pootie.
I like Pootie Tang.
Yeah. It's a delicious, delicious drink. I'll have more money here for you in a few minutes. 3:30 is going to be that next keyword for you to grab $1,000. Disneyland, I was mentioning earlier, just kind of in passing, we were talking about the Insane Clown Posse and how early in their career they had been signed to a record label that was owned by Disney. And so that became very difficult for them to kind of navigate that. But somebody sent me a story about how the lines are so long at Disneyland and Disney World that they have a real problem, not just a passing here and there, but they're seeing more and more. They have a real problem with people pooping in line.
In their pants?
And, well, in something.
Or I'm saying in their pants, or are they like dropping trow and squatting?
Like leaving little things, I guess, or shrimp-related incidents are very much on the rise in line at the Disney parks. Somebody, I guess a couple of either current or former employees who wanted to be anonymous, I don't know, were kind of talking about it and running a thread on these conversations. And there were two people who worked on the custodial team at Disneyland and at Disney World. And they had a whole chapter of this book on it called Disgusting Things. And they said that it happens so frequently that there's a code for it when they're talking to each other on the radios. It's code H. And so that they said that more and more they're finding that people will relieve themselves in line. So you have to think about the person who has spent, because it's not cheap. You know, there are families who will save for years for that once-in-a-lifetime trip, because that's how it's sold to you. I don't think anything, there's no clearer picture of the inequality in this country than the people who go to Disneyland or Disney World all the time, or the people who save up for years to take their family. And so then you get there, and it's just nuts to. Now, I've never been.
I haven't either.
But talk to enough people, and
I've
there's.
been to Disney World, and I imagine the lines are very different.
I've only been to like downtown Disney, whatever that small thing is there in Florida.
I think
this coming spring, I think we're legit going to Disney. We're going to the big thing in Orlando because, I mean, I want to see like the Star Wars and the Marvel and all that. But
and Nora's the perfect age.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I feel like 7, 8, 9, where they're not too cool for it yet.
Yeah.
They're still really into like the cartoons and everything.
Just the fireworks. Like, again, I know you guys
can't get those anywhere.
But their display is just top notch. The lady told me, and this was a worker. I told you guys before. You said I was full of crap, but this is what one of the workers told me, that they spend $4 million a night on fireworks.
You're still full of crap. That's not. There's no way they're spending $4 million a night.
That's what they said. $4 million a night.
Okay, and they're open year round.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not like closed on Christmas.
So they're spending $1.4 billion a year just on fireworks.
Yes. That's, again, this was back. I went when I was 14, so I don't know the math on that.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation.
Write-off.
In 2023 dollars, well, whatever. I don't believe it, but I'll take your friend's word for it.
It wasn't my friend. It was a worker in one of the little shops on Main Street, USA.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, because it's very expensive to go. They're having bigger and bigger problems because of climate change, that it's just getting just unbearably hot in all, because I think they still have Disneyland in Paris or something like that. They've got, Euro Disney, I think. But the weather's getting so wacky that, people can't stand out there in line for 3 hours when it's 95 degrees. But they also want to sell you food too. So you've really kind of painted yourself into a corner if you've gone to eat and then you find yourself in line longer than you thought you would be.
Especially park food.
Park food that goes right through you. Boy, doesn't it? It goes right through you. Unless you get like
by design.
Yeah, so you'll buy more. So you'll be buying beverages. And, you might get a hamburger at It's a Small World Cafe or whatever those things are called.
Dude, I'm on Disney's website. Some of this is crazy.
We didn't find out until after we got home that we left a whole bunch of like dining dollars. Like it was really like a college campus now that I think about it, because we got all of our food and our meals prepaid on these cards, and we thought
that's money that you just blew then.
Well, yeah, we spent it and we didn't realize. We thought that the meals counted, like the snacks counted as meals. No. You can get snacks on this card as well. So if you're walking throughout the day at the park, you can get snacks, and that doesn't count as a meal. We were going to like really nice high-end restaurants. I remember I had I ordered duck for the first time. It was the first time I had duck, and I couldn't eat it because we were staying at Fort Wilderness, and my uncle told me we weren't allowed to poop in the RV. And so I was back.
So you ordered duck.
I was
like a greasy bird.
Yeah, I ordered duck and I had to take it home because I was laying on the floor in the restaurant bathroom because I was backed up. I hadn't pooped for like 4 days. And my uncle asked if I was like bulimic or something. I was like, no, I'm not.
The opposite.
Yeah, I'm backed up.
I'm binging. I ain't
Does
purging.
he know what bulimia is?
He didn't believe me, but I couldn't. I was like, you have to let me go number 2 on the RV. I was like, I have to have a private bathroom. I would set an alarm for like 3 a.m. to like go use the Fort Wilderness, and it was Disney.
Yeah.
It was Disney bathrooms, so they were nice. It wasn't like it was nasty, but every time I would go in there and try, I'm like, okay, no one's gonna be up at 4 a.m. Someone would get up at 4 a.m. and start taking a shower, and I'm like, I can't poop. So, but yeah, we left.
You'd have to be up all night trying to find a poop window.
Yeah, we left thousands of dollars like on those little meal cards because we didn't use all of our meals.
Dude, some of these rooms, I mean, the cheapest is a camping site. You bring your own tent. It's $170 a night to camp. But they go up to $1,200 a night.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's where we're going to be.
You're not staying at $1,200 a night.
Probably.
Are you kidding me?
I don't skimp on accommodations, all right? I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. But if I'm
a night, bro?
If I'm going to travel and I'm going to stay somewhere, I will dump coin on the accommodations.
So you're going to spend $6,000 for 5 days. So let's say you go for 5 days. That's just to sleep.
Well, we're going with the in-laws and we're,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I'm not paying for the whole thing.
How much time are you even going to spend in that room? You're going to be out walking all day.
You're concerned.
When I get back, it's going to be I don't know.
Oh
I don't know.
I'm not saying go with the cheapest, but that's crazy.
I'm sensing some hateration.
I'm not.
Just
That's just a lot of money.
just a lot of money.
Well, Disney's expensive.
That's crazy.
Mary, you would have liked what Poundcake had. He had the duck à l'orange cranberry.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. Let me give you this money here. It's $1,000. Wow. Nobody know how many hundreds that is. It's almost one night at that Disney place. Courtesy of the Buzzard bookie. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ron Willoughby says that Disney World spends $40,000 on fireworks a night.
Wait, not $4 million? But Poundcake had a very reliable source that said it's $4 million.
A simple Google search will tell Poundcake that it's $40,000 a night. Now that's still a lot, but for Disney, that sounds reasonable.
Okay. I've been wrong before.
Yeah. What?
You have?
Come on. Jenna's been calling us a lot and not growling.
Oh.
They're very brief, so it sounds like she wants to growl. Usually when Jenna out there in Poland, at least she leaves me a lot of voicemails where it's just her growling. But the last couple of days, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, maybe.
It's time for Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
I don't think I deserve Travis Kelce.
This has been Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
I mean, she's not wrong. None of us deserve Travis Kelce. I mean, good grief. Just the excitement he's brought to our life. What? Why are you being so dismissive?
Because he's not even like the hottest.
He's pretty cute.
I mean, he's cute, but he's not
I
the
mean,
hottest.
are you saying that Taylor Swift doesn't have good taste in men? Are you doubting her eyes?
He's not a Nick Bosa.
He's top 3 in the NFL.
But he's not a Nick Bosa.
I don't even know who that is.
See, Mary doesn't know.
You just like him because he's
Bosa.
Trumpy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude could break my ribs. I don't care.
Okay, these guys look kind of similar, Cody.
The Bosa brothers?
Travis Kelce's hotter than
Trying
Nick
to say
Bosa.
all white guys look alike.
Yeah, these two. White football
players do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, all corn-fed, hillbillies or whatever.
Max Crosby, put that one in.
Max Crosby.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Who's Max Crosby?
Max Crosby. No. I know
He
what
looks
you're
like
doing
a
there.
fat ginger. If he gains some weight in the offseason, he'd be a fat ginger.
Hey, he could get it. He's not bad. He's tatted up. He's trying to distract from the fact that he's ginger, but he's cute. He's okay. Hey.
TJ Watt.
He's from Lapeer, Michigan.
TJ Watt, I know who he is. And then who's the guy with the hot mom? Zach Williamson or something?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Jack Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's terrible at football.
Apparently, is according to the guy who's always
He's terrible at football. Yeah. Well, he also looks like, if he didn't have short hair, he'd look like a girl. He'd look like a female. He has
Travis Kelce?
No, Zach Wilson. He has a very, very feminine
high
face.
cheekbones.
because he has a very clear. He has like no blemishes at all. Not a mole. Not a pimple.
Well, that's not what's going to make you look like a woman. He just has a very feminine face.
But it looks like he takes care of. Like he looks like he has a perfect face. He's like skin cream or something.
Well, you got to do that. You must moisturize, Poundcake. You know this. You must.
I just drink water.
You
I
got.
don't
That's it.
moisturize. Yeah,
You
I
got to
don't-
have a regimen, homie.
I don't.
Oh, you just wait till you're 52.
I let this melanin.
I've been.
thing.
I had the long game. I've been moisturizing for 30 years, son. Look at me now. Not
Don't
a
look
mark.
A day over 48.
Not a mark. I don't look a day over 48. Thank you.
Especially with
Not a mark on this face.
as much face as you got. I mean,
Shut up, Poundcake.
Hit him with the 1-2.
You
Hey,
son of a motherless
no one's
whore.
gonna outwork you. You're right about that, boss.
This guy. Yeah, well, what do you want from me? So, yeah, a lot of poop at Disney. So, just work that into the equation when you're going to get out there and decide how much money you're going to
It's
spend.
like a $10,000 vacation, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Some
Yeah,
people are
that's a
like, I
vacation.
bought the thing where I get to go every week. And then other people are like, yeah, we've been saving up for
I'd
10
rather
years.
go out of the country. You know what I mean?
Mike in Hinckley said he swore he would never go to Disney. And then at 44, he went with his kids. And he said, holy hell, best experience.
Yeah,
Now I
let's
spend
do
my
it.
time trying to figure out how to get back. Their attention to detail, clean spaces, and willingness to anticipate all that you want. Again, I think that those are the complaints that people have now. Is they're like, it's less and less like that because I don't know if there are fewer people working there. I don't know if they're spending less money. ESPN has always been the moneymaker over at Disney. The parks, less and less and less. So if the parks are making less money, they're going to pump less into them. And you're going to start to see little cracks in the armor there.
It makes me mad though, because when I was there, the Haunted Mansion, the one thing that I really wanted to do was go to the Haunted Mansion, and it was under construction. So we went to Tower of Terror. We didn't get to do the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster. But we did see like Phantasmic, which is kind of cool because they project a movie on like a water spout or whatever.
Yeah, they had to construct a haunted house.
Well, they're just probably renovating the ride.
They were renovating what they have now. So I don't know. I think because I had that experience, I'm grateful for it because I don't have any real desire to go back. I saw pretty much everything. Like I'm not going to go back just to do the Haunted Mansion. I'll go to, is it Diagon Alley at Universal for Harry Potter?
Yeah,
probably, sure.
Yeah, I would go to Universal. I would go back and do that.
For Harry Potter.
Yeah, that seems fun, and I haven't experienced that park yet. But like, we went to Epcot. I'm a roller coaster guy, so they only had Mount Everest or Expedition
Space Mountain.
No, it was Expedition Everest, where you're like the abominable snowman is like on the mountain. Like that's like the only roller coaster that they really have. So I'm like,
I did the
that's an
Haunted Mansion when I was a kid. We went there when I was probably 6 or 7, and it was very terrifying as a kid because there's one part where it looks like there's a ghost in everybody else's car that they're riding in, and I was I'm like, why can't I see my ghost? I wanted to see the ghost that was supposed to be in my car, but it was because there's like a reflection and they would project it on there or something like that. But it was pretty intense when I was a kid.
We did the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie thing, and
that was cool with the shaking chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shook the Kids. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
It's a PSA.
Yep. Shaken baby syndrome.
Yep.
We don't cotton to that here at Disney.
And then they have MGM, which I think is the newest park. And they had like a bunch of movie stuff there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. How many movies were shot here? And I was over it. And just was over it.
Then they have like the separate parks. I think it's all one now. But we went to the MGM park when I was probably 14 or 15. We got to see the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really fun. And went on they didn't have a ton of rides there, but
I want to do
it was a good
downtown
time.
Disney. That's what I wanted to go back and do.
Yeah,
So
we
I might do an adult Disney trip and just go
Oh boy.
be drunk and high at Disney. Some
Disney sells
Molly.
enough popcorn each day to pay for the fireworks, I'm being told. Well,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
bet.
And I don't need, we're just talking about this just because it kind of came up. I don't need Disney nerds hitting me up or calling.
You're going to be there with a hat in front of the castle. You're going to have the Disney ears, Alan.
He's going to re-propose to Gwen there.
I'm not doing any of that.
He's
Let's
gonna be
renew
part
our
of the flash
vows in
mob.
front of the Magic Castle, or whatever it's called.
Renew our vows. Well, I got to take a break. If you want to send me a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com for everything else.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.